Trump wins, but does retail lose? How Trump's victory may impact prices. Here's the scoop. Today's article comes from Retail Wire, and as you guys know, we had an election here in the United States of America, and Donald Trump was elected the 47th president of the United States. He will be sworn in January 20th. And there are people who are happy about it. There are people who are sad about it. The whole gamut. Okay, you've got everybody from every spectrum here. But one sector that really is concerned is obviously the retail sector. They want to keep making money. They want to keep selling things. They want us to keep buying, buying, buying. And so on Retail Wire, they are doing a deep dive into: will retail lose? Will retail win? How will Trump's policies impact prices? Okay, so we're going to jump into it here. Hey there. Thanks for clicking on the video. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications. Now, let's get back to the scoop. Former Donald Trump, now president-elect after his victory in the November 5th election and set to serve a second term, has made more than a few promises regarding his economic policies. Among those, a 60% tariff on all Chinese imports and a universal 10% tariff on imports from all countries per fortune. Okay, so this is really interesting because I did another article on CNBC about Steve Madden and how instead of moving their factories back to the U.S., they're going to go to Cambodia, Vietnam, Mexico. They're searching for another developing country that has a lower minimum wage to produce, so they can make more money for their shareholders. And now I'm reading on here that they're saying a 10% tariff on imports from all countries. So that might actually hinder them from actually moving to another country in Asia or Latin America, or they might just hike up the prices for us here because they love to do that, right? So they'll just give us the extra tariff price because they do that. It says, if Trump does follow through on this campaign pledge, what exactly does this mean for a retail sector that is heavily involved with imports? So, a lot of our stuff gets imported. And so what they're saying is, how is this going to work without us, the consumers, being taxed, basically having an extra percentage that we're paying on all these goods because these companies have an extra percentage that they're paying all these goods. It's called passing down the tax. It's like passing down the price. They're just going to pass the tax on to us. Larger companies may weather tariffs more easily. According to Barron's, larger retailers such as Amazon and Walmart will be able to navigate potential tariffs more gracefully due to economies of scale. When it comes to passing on price increases, the size and flexibility of companies in this category could mean lesser price hikes for their consumers, largely because Amazon and Walmart can source from other suppliers and negotiate better prices more easily than smaller competitors might. So they're saying this might actually hurt the mom and pop stores, right? Boutique stores, grocery stores, etc. John Tomlinson, global director of research at analytics firm M Science, indicated that these industry giants may have an easier time than members of other retail sectors, namely dollar stores, sporting goods stores, and home furnishing stores, in terms of more easily passing on the added fees than others. Five Below, Dollar Tree, and Dollar General stocks dropped a significant 10%, 7%, and 5% respectively following news of Trump's win, despite an overall market surge. So that means that these companies, Five Below, Dollar Tree, and Dollar General, know that they have a price max that they can charge for people, along with what's their brand identity, right? The Dollar Tree, the Dollar General. Okay, they've got stuff in there sometimes for $5, $6, $10, but they really can't charge more than $10 at any of these dollar stores because it's just nobody's going to go there. You might as well go to Walmart, right? And they'll lose all their money. Five Below, most stuff starts at $5 or below. It can go up to like $10. Same thing. Some experts signal for calm in the face of potential tariffs, including Johns Hopkins business professor Ting-Long Dai. Dai told Business Insider that retailers had endured previous waves of tariffs in the past with modest disruption to the supply chain or the price of goods. Retailers have become incredibly adept at absorbing these frictions, Dai said. Trump tax cuts could mean more money in consumers' wallets. Now, on the other hand, while tariffs generally mean higher, stricter prices on store shelves, the continuation of and perhaps enhancement of Trump's previous tax cuts could be a boon to consumers and retailers both. Global data retail analyst Neil Saunders told Business Insider that while the talk of tariffs was, quote, causing a lot of nervousness in a broad sense, Trump's proposed tax scenario may pay off. The whole of retail is very dependent on the middle class, and you can eke out of their spending levels, Saunders suggested. Any cut in the corporate tax rate would also benefit retailers, and Trump plans to cut these taxes per fortune, though it remains in question whether decreased corporate taxes might result in lower prices for consumers. True, because decreased corporate taxes oftentimes in history they've shown us that they've given their CEOs and their shareholders bonuses when they receive corporate tax cuts from the US government. They actually don't lower prices usually for consumers. Conversely, as Fortune writer Alina Botros outlined, several economists have suggested that Trump's tax policies would be inflationary in nature, removing any real money advantage consumers might attain via lower taxation. Trump immigration policy in the retail sector. Finally, will Trump's proposed crackdown on illegal immigration and tightening of illegal immigration procedures widely impact the retail sector? While a recent Pew Research study suggested that relatively few retail industry workers are in the country illegally, and thus a deportation effort may not hamper staffing as much as believed, a tightening of current immigration policies concerning the H-1B visa program for skilled workers could harm certain retailers on the tech staffing and operations side. That's actually very unhelpful for a lot of retailers, especially in areas like technology, which a lot of retailers are involved in, Saunders offered. Beyond considering staffing levels, a concerted deportation effort may have negative impact on retail business in the larger view. Everyone's going to feel the brunt of that, Chris Walton, a former Target executive, told Business Insider. If that were to happen, it's a tough thing to prepare for because the collateral damage from it could be pretty expensive. And I think what he's basically saying is that if they have to, fire people or get rid of people, they have to find all these people for these new jobs that are citizens, of course. Maybe they need to get trained. They'll have to pay money for that. They'll probably be paying them more. They have to pay money for that. And then, unfortunately, what are they going to do? They're going to raise prices on their goods in the store. And so the consumers will have to pay more because they have to pay more. And I think that's what they're saying here. The H-1B visa program, I think that's been around for a while. And I think a lot of different people from the tech field are using it, like maybe at Google, Facebook. A lot of people on that visa probably are coming from India. So, not sure how they're going to restaff that because we actually have a certain amount of immigration coming from India for tech stuff because I mean, unfortunately, I guess we don't have as many people in certain tech positions that we would like, or going to school for tech as we would like, not as much as people are in India, right? So that's a thing there to go to school for tech, even if you don't like tech, even if you don't want to code. Like they know that's where the jobs are. So, they're training their people. This is what you go to school for. And so then when the jobs are open in America, they take advantage of them. And if the companies are going to sponsor them with this visa, they take advantage of it, right? So they're saying that's going to hurt them as well. But I don't know. I mean, do we need to go through a painful period so that we get Americans back in these positions, right? And a painful period, meaning that we have to pay more for goods in the stores because they're going to have to hire back Americans, train them in certain jobs they don't know how to do or don't do well, pay them more. Is it important enough for us to do that and to take some loss and pain, even if we're already in pain, even if we're already struggling for our groceries? I mean, it's like a rock and a hard place here. And then also too, like some of these these are all legitimate visa programs. They're helping us understand what the tech and technology and what these people are learning in other countries, which can help us in our country. So I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know really how to feel about this. I'm kind of in the middle, but I want to know what you guys think below. Please tell me, do you guys think that the policies that he's going to implement are going to help the retail sector or hurt the retail sector? What do you guys think about this article? What did you think is the most important part of this article that I read. What do you think that us as Americans we need to be looking out for and watching for and really holding Trump to his word for the most, right? Come January 20th. Let me know in the comments and I will see you next time.